I have been a fan of Dragon Ball pretty much my entire life. And while I am by no means the most knowledgeable fan ever, just by being a casual fan, over the years, I have absorbed some pretty useless knowledge about this franchise. And in this video, I shall bestow it upon you. So sit back and enjoy 50 completely useless facts about the Dragon Ball franchise. The original script for the movie Battle of Gods was written by Yusuke Watanabe and revised by Akira Toriyama. And before Toriyama reviewed and changed the script, the plot was very different. Virus originally was going to be a lizard man, and he was going to be 100% evil. In the original script, Virus had the ability to infect others with evilness, like some sort of virus, hence his name, Virus. In fact, it was going to be revealed that the reason why Saiyans are evil and aggressive in nature is because they were infected with evilness by the god of destruction Virus. Also, in the original script, when Virus shows up on Earth, he makes all of Goku's friends evil and Goku is forced to fight them. When Toriyama was given this script to review it, he thought that the plot was a bit too negative. See, back when they were working on the script for the Battle of Gods movie, there recently had been an earthquake in Japan. Toriyama thought that it would be better if the movie had a more positive and light-hearted tone, so the plot was changed, and that's how we got the Battle of Gods movie that we have today. Tadayoshi Yamamuro, an animator who has been part of many Dragon Ball projects for years, when he was working in the Battle of Gods movie, he made a design for Super Saiyan God. According to Yamamuro himself, his version of Super Saiyan God was more muscular than Super Saiyan and a combination between Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4. Also, in this version of Super Saiyan God, Yamamuro had Goku wearing a cape. But when Yamamuro presented this design to Toriyama, Toriyama rejected it. Who knows, maybe one day we will see this version of Super Saiyan God in Dragon Ball Heroes or something like that. Frieza, Vegeta and Goku all have demonstrated that they can explode things with their minds. This is an extremely useful ability that could be used to solve many problems, if only the characters remember they could do this. Goku can read minds, so can Master Roshi. In fact, we can headcanon that it was Master Roshi who taught Goku how to read minds. This is also another ability that would be super useful, if only Goku remembered he can do this. You know what Piccolo can do? He can emit electricity with his antenna. I'm sure this would have come in handy at some point in the story. I can't think of any specific examples right now, but there must have been a point in the story where this power would have been useful. There was a point in time where the title of the strongest human alive belonged to Yajirobe. What's crazy is that Yajirobe seemingly never trained. He was just naturally that strong. Which means that, for the majority of the story, out of all humans, Yajirobe is the one with the most potential. That is until you get to Up, of course. But for the majority of the story, had Yajirobe take training seriously, he would have become a menace. The only reason Yajirobe exists is so that the person who voiced Krillin in the anime would have something to do after Krillin gets killed by Tambourine. That's why Goku says that Yajirobe sounds exactly like Krillin. The Dragon Ball radar that the characters have been using for the majority of the story was created by a character from the manga Dr. Slump. Nowadays, it has been more or less accepted by a portion of the fanbase that Super Saiyan 1 increases your power by 50 times. However, Toriyama once talked about how strong Super Saiyan 1 makes you, and according to him, Super Saiyan 1 increases your power by 10 times. When the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly was being made, there were plans to add scenes of Broly and Gogeta fighting in outer space and the surface of the sun. Back when the fight between Jiren and Ultra Instinct Goku was originally airing, the government of Mexico broadcasted the fight in several places. The Japanese government sent them a letter telling them to not do this, but the Mexican government did it anyways. Toriyama once created a manga called Nekomajin. In that story, it is revealed that the characters from Nekomajin live in the same world as the characters from Dragon Ball. And since, even until this day, the events in the Nekomajin manga have not been contradicted yet, that technically means that Nekomajin is still canonical to the main Dragon Ball continuity. In the Dragon Ball Super manga, it was revealed that Bardock used the Dragon Balls to wish for Goku's protection and well-being. This protection was active for most of Goku's life, which means that actually, the strongest Goku is Kid Goku from original Dragon Ball. If adult Ultra Instinct Goku fought his child self, Kid Goku would win because he has a magical dragon protecting him. Before Toyotaro became Toriyama's successor, he started as a fanfic writer. Toyotaro used to post his own fanfic Dragon Ball manga online, and that's how he was discovered. Before Dragon Ball GT first aired, Toei released some promotional material about it, and there is a particular page in which it is sort of hinted at that maybe Trunks is in love with Pan. Look, I'm not going to waste your time talking about age differences and morality. All I'm going to say is this. Why is it that regardless of the continuity, Trunks is never allowed to have a normal relationship? Why don't we try to do that at least once? I'm just saying. Toriyama hated the movie Dragon Ball Evolution. Not surprising, the movie is terrible. Still, it is interesting that the creator of the franchise publicly said negative things about that movie. Toriyama was notoriously forgetful. He forgot about lunch, he forgot what Super Saiyan 2 looked like, he forgot about Tao Pai Pai, and he forgot the hair color of Android 18. Here's a super fun fact about the future Trunks arc. Zamasu technically wins. See, Zamasu wanted to kill all mortals, but in Dragon Ball there is an afterlife. So when Zamasu kills a mortal, that mortal goes to the afterlife, which essentially means that all Zamasu is accomplishing by killing mortals is just moving them from one location to another. But at the end of the future Trunks arc, Goku summons Zeno, and Zeno destroys everything, including the afterlife. And that actually gets rid of all mortals permanently, which means that Zamasu accomplished his goal. At the end of the future Trunks arc, Zamasu wins. Toriyama really liked putting characters in duos of a tall character and a shorter character. I'll give you some examples so you understand what I mean. Kami and Mr. Popo, Vegeta and Nappa, Frieza and his dad, Shin and Kibito, Whis and Beerus, even Jiren and Toppo. Once you notice it, you will see it everywhere. I don't know what the significance of this is or why he liked doing it, but he really liked doing it. Toyotaro originally was planning to make Belmont and Makarita a couple, but Toriyama always disliked romance, so he was like, hell no, and the idea was scratched. Toriyama once was asked what does the M stands for, and he said that it stands for Ma, a Japanese word meaning demon or magic. Toriyama once said that he used to write each Dragon Ball chapter in 2 days. The fact that the story is coherent at all, it is a testament to how talented Toriyama actually was. There was once a contest to give Goku new clothes. Toriyama ended up drawing the winning design, and that drawing appeared on the cover of one of the manga chapters. But within the story, Goku never wears these clothes. I know that most people think that this design looks ugly, but I think they should have Goku wear this at least once. It would be a fun callback. Shonen Jump once held a fusion contest. Basically, fans were told to send their drawings showcasing the result of 2 Dragon Ball characters fusing, and the winning drawings would be featured on a Shonen Jump magazine. Among all the winning drawings, there was Bulchi, a Metamodern fusion between Chi-Chi and Bulma. And ever since, this has become the de facto appearance and name of this hypothetical fusion. And personally, I hope that one day we get to see Bulchi on screen. The different fusions between Goku and Vegeta refer to Goku using different names. Gogeta refers to Goku as Goku, while Vegito refers to Goku as Kakarot.
俺はゴジータ。悟空とベジータが合体したんだよ。俺はベジータとカカロットの合体。ベジットだ。
The manga once implied that without his tail, Goku is weaker. So technically, throughout all of his adult life, Goku has not been fighting at peak performance. In the Dragon Ball manga drawn by Toriyama, Piccolo always had 4 fingers. This is a detail Toriyama was surprisingly consistent with, which is astonishing considering how forgetful he was. The Dragon Ball anime decided to give Piccolo 5 fingers, but in the manga, he always had 4. That was until Toyotaro came along and he started drawing the Dragon Ball Super manga, because in the Dragon Ball Super manga, from the start, Piccolo always had 5 fingers. Before Toyotaro became Toriyama's successor, Toriyama had considered a woman called Naho Oishi. Officially, we don't know why plans changed and Toyotaro replaced her, but Toriyama once said that Toyotaro is the one who is best at emulating his style, so maybe that was the reason. And in an alternative timeline, today we probably would be reading Oishi's version of Dragon Ball Super. Speaking of Oishi, before she officially started working on Dragon Ball content, she used to upload her own fan stories online, including... Look, I don't know how to soften the blow, so I'm just going to say it. Oishi used to draw gay pornography about Dragon Ball characters. Yeah, that is something you now know. You cannot unknow this. You are welcome. In Dragon Ball GT, Bra looks like this, but she's supposed to be 9 years old. I don't know why they decided to do this. This makes her look significantly older than Pan. What a strange character design. Mermaids canonically exist in Dragon Ball. This means that potentially there is a whole civilization deep in the oceans. When are we going to explore that? How strong are the fish people? And can they be Goku though? Namekians can spawn things out of thin air. We have seen Piccolo create clothes, a sword, and a giant hourglass. Krillin, canonically, in universe, has been confirmed to not have a nose. And during an interview, Toriyama once said that Krillin breathes through his skin. Yuck. That's all I have to say about that. In 1997, they made a Dragon Ball GT stage show. This story allegedly takes place after the ending of the Dragon Ball GT anime, and in the story, we see the return of both Frieza and Cell. And not only do they come back, but they have new forms, which are hideous in my opinion, but hey, they are new. The only footage that has been found about this stage show is incomplete, but I will leave a link to the video in the description in case you want to watch it. By the end of the Cell saga, Yamcha reveals that he has a girlfriend, but this detail was forgotten for both the Buu saga and all of Dragon Ball Super. Some fans headcanon that Yamcha simply was lying here. I, on the other hand, find myself asking, why can't they let Yamcha win at least once? Just give him something, Christ. The car brands Mercedes-Benz and Chevrolet canonically exist in Dragon Ball. The United States and the English language canonically exist in Dragon Ball. When Piccolo first shows up wearing a turban, Toriyama draws him with a piece of fabric hanging on the back. But Toriyama quickly changed his mind because literally in the very next chapter, Toriyama changes the design of the turban and the piece of fabric on the back is never to be seen again. Toriyama once revealed in an interview that Mr. Satan's real name is Mark. The name most people use to refer to the main cast as a team is either Z Warriors or Z Fighters. However, these names come from the anime. In the manga, they are actually referred to as the Dragon Team. If you watch the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, you may have noticed that Frieza is pink in that movie. This is because that's how Toriyama actually colored Frieza in the manga. In the Dragon Ball Z anime, the eyes of Semi-Perfect Cell are blue, but in the manga, they are red. Also, in the manga, the eyes of Perfect Cell change between red and purple. Also, in the anime, these parts of Perfect Cell's body, I don't know what to call them, but in the anime, these parts of his body are purple, while in the manga, they are actually blue. In the manga, Bulma's hair changes between purple and blue. You can always tell when Gohan is in ultimate form, because even though his hair stays black, he gets a little bang. Well, I mean, when they remember to add it, that is. Goku is terrified of needles. Everybody knows this, right? Except that that's only a thing in the DBZ anime and in Dragon Ball GT. In the manga, Goku's not scared of needles at all. In the Battle of Gods movie, Vegeta has a flashback to when he was a child, and his hair looks different to what it looks like later in the Broly movie. The royal symbol that King Vegeta wears first appeared in a filler episode for the Dragon Ball Z anime, but then the symbol was made canonical in the Battle of Gods movie, only to later be removed in the Broly movie. This iconic armor is known as Saiyan Battle Armor, but actually, this armor is not native to the Saiyan planet. The Saiyans did not invent this type of armor. It was given to them when they were conquered by Frieza and his dad. Back when the internet was in its infancy, there were rumors that Toei was working on a continuation for Dragon Ball GT. This continuation supposedly was going to be called Dragon Ball AF, which stands for After Future. And at the center of those rumors, there was this image. This drawing supposedly, so the rumor went, was Goku's new transformation, Super Saiyan 5. Now, Dragon Ball AF was never real, but the rumors took on a life of their own. Many people started creating their own Dragon Ball AF content. One of those people was Toyotaro, who created his own Dragon Ball AF manga, and it was thanks to that manga that he was discovered and became Toriyama's successor. So in a way, the Dragon Ball Super manga as it is today owes its existence to this image. The drawing, by the way, was made by someone who goes online by the internet pseudonym Tablos, and the transformation featured in the image is not Super Saiyan 5, but instead an original transformation called Spirit Killer. I will leave Tablos' social media in the description in case you want to check what he's up to nowadays. Jiren is the most powerful character the human imagination could possibly conceive, and he won everything forever. Yeah, that's right, this is how I decided to end this video. And with that said, now that you have acquired some extremely valuable scholarly wisdom in exchange for some of your limited time on this earth, it's time to say goodbye. My friend, thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day, and if you know any Dragon Ball trivia, no matter how small, feel free to leave it in the comments, because I would love to read it. Alright little bros, see you on the next one. Love ya, bye!